Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're going to deconstruct a real-world business plan, a pitch that's aiming to solve a huge, and I mean huge problem in Ukraine, with a potential payoff of up to 25 million euros.
So let's just dive right in. The whole story really boils down to this one question. How can a simple change in a country's laws suddenly create a massive market, pretty much out of thin air? Well, it all starts with a single, really big number.
2 million. Just let that sink in for a second. That's the estimated number of payment devices and fiscal gadgets that businesses all across Ukraine need right now, but simply don't have. It's a massive hardware gap, and it's the core of everything we're talking about today. Okay, so where in the world did this 2 million device demand come from? This wasn't just gradual market growth. No, this was the direct result of a huge strategic decision: Ukraine's move to align itself with the European Union. You see, as Ukraine gets its economy in sync with the EU, it passed some new laws. And these laws required every single business, we're talking from giant corporations all the way down to the smallest corner shop, to start logging all their sales on a special fiscal registrar. Think of it as a secure cash register that reports directly to the government. At the very same time, another law said all these businesses also had to start accepting cashless payments. And just like that, boom, a 2 million unit gap opened up overnight. Now, to try and fix this problem, a lot of businesses just turned to the one device they already had in their pocket, their smartphone. It seemed like a super easy fix, right? But it came with a critical hidden flaw, one that could actually put the country's entire fiscal system at risk. The solution was this thing called a PRO. It's basically an app that turns any old smartphone into one of those government-approved cash registers. It's cheap, it's fast, but security experts took one look at it and immediately spotted a gigantic security hole. And right here, you can see the central conflict laid bare. On one hand, you have a regular smartphone. It has 0 of the required security certifications, which means that fiscal data, the sales info, can be faked or even just deleted. On the other hand, you have a dedicated terminal, a device built from the ground up for one purpose: to protect that data and follow the rules. It really boils down to a classic choice: convenience or security. And look, this isn't just some theory. An official expert analysis came to a damning conclusion. These smartphone apps simply do not work. They don't protect the data. This finding is so serious that the Ukrainian government is now getting ready to ban the use of regular smartphones for these transactions, which, as you can imagine, would make that hardware gap even wider. So, with the quick and easy smartphone solution about to be outlawed, the market is desperately looking for a hero. And that's exactly how this business proposal positions its product. Meet the eExpo 301T. Now, the pitch is smart. It doesn't just sell this as another piece of hardware. No, it's presented as the single purpose-built solution to this entire national problem. It's certified, it's secure, and it crams everything a merchant could possibly need into one single device. And you can see why they call it the all-in-one solution. I mean, check this out. It's an Android computer, a bank terminal for credit cards, an NFC reader for tap to pay, a barcode scanner, that all-important secure fiscal registrar, a receipt printer, and even a camera. It basically replaces like 7 different gadgets with one little handheld unit. Okay, but you might be thinking, hold on, there are other payment terminals out there, right? From big companies like Verifone and Ingenico. And you'd be right. So what makes this one special? According to the pitch, what's its unique edge? The pitch zeroes in on 2 key features that the competition just doesn't have. So yeah, it does everything the others do, but it also includes a biometric fingerprint scanner for secure logins and the ability to capture a legally binding electronic signature right on the screen. The argument is that this makes it perfect for businesses that need authentication, think delivery services, mobile banking, that kind of thing. So we've got the problem, we've got the failed solution, and we've got the proposed hero device. Now we get to the part everyone's waiting for, the heart of any business plan: the numbers. How does this all turn into a profitable company worth investing in? The economics for each unit are laid out super clearly. It costs just under 210 euros to build and deliver one of these terminals. They plan to sell it to businesses for somewhere between 330 and 360 euros. That leaves a healthy profit margin of about 68 to 100 euros on every single device they sell. And when you see it laid out like this, the profit on each terminal is just crystal clear. Now imagine scaling that up. When your potential market is 2 million units, even a decent margin like this can lead to some absolutely massive numbers. And this is the result of all that math. by targeting just a fraction of that total market gap. The goal is to sell up to 300,000 units over the next 4 to 5 years. The company is projecting a total profit of between 18 and 25 million euros. To get the ball rolling, the plan is asking for a 250,000 euro investment, and they're really transparent about where every single cent will go. 75,000 for the final development and certifications, 140,000 to manufacture the first batch of 800 units, and the last 35,000 for getting operations up and running. So what do you get for that €250,000? The offer is simple and bold: a 50% stake in the entire company, half. But honestly, what's really wild here is the speed they're proposing. The plan projects that the business will break even in just 3 months. By month 4, the investor starts seeing returns. And by month 8, just 8 months later, they project a full payback of the entire initial investment. That is incredibly fast. So, when you step back and look at the whole picture, what we've really just broken down is so much more than a pitch for a cool gadget. It's a perfect case study of how a huge top-down legal change can create a high-stakes, high-reward opportunity for anyone who's ready to jump in with the right solution. And that kind of leaves us with one last big question to chew on. As the whole world rushes towards a digital, cashless future, is it possible that the trusted physical hardware that sits at the point of every single transaction is actually becoming the most powerful tool in the entire economy? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.